Good morning everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto, welcome to the channel if you're new, and welcome to this new video in which we are going to do a full update on one of the strongest cryptocurrencies this week. And at this point of time, I mean, it's still rallying while its peers such as Filecoin and ICP are suffering in the last 8 hours. Near is still rallying, it's up 11% right now, rallying into the major resistance level that we hit now as well. We will talk about that. We'll talk about what to expect here. So that is what you can expect. We'll talk about some fundamentals as well. But let's get right into it. I mean, ultimately, when we're talking about near, fundamentally here, it's incredibly strong. And when you see momentum like this, and we're talking about the volume, when you're talking about price action like this, when you see a chart like this, look, the first thing I want to say, because I also wanted to talk a little bit about how to potentially trade this, which I think some of you might see as something valuable. That's also something we spoke about in the stream I did yesterday. Look, shorting this for me is not an option. Okay, there are some voices going around in the market right now that these pumps we've seen in the last couple of days are all exit pumps. And with something like Filecoin, I understand. I mean, I did a video on Filecoin yesterday as well. And I said, I think this is going to rally up higher, but fundamentally, there's not much behind Filecoin. And with Near, that is different, okay? Near, there is something behind that. There's a real project behind that. There's a real chain behind that. And a narrative with Near Intense, right? I mean, Near Intense is a new product that they've released that has to do with privacy coins. And if there's one narrative that's doing quite well at this point of time, it is obviously privacy coins. And you can also see that this has a huge overlap, I would argue, with Zcash. And Zcash is still very strong. It pulled back a little bit overnight, but ultimately it is still holding critical support at 550 and 540. So as long as that goes on, Near can rally as well, and ultimately Near still has a lot of momentum on its own as well. The thing is that, okay, there is a lot of momentum, so we're not going to short this. There's a fundamental reason for why this is rallying as well. But then what you can see, if you look at the 4-hour time frame, is that we are forming a major bearish divergence. Okay, if you look at this move we're forming right now, and if you compare that to the move we had into yesterday evening, and then outside of that we also have a significant resistance level. First of all, technically, which you can see very clearly, but also with the yearly rolling VWAP at 3.2, and a yearly rolling VWAP is incredibly strong. All right, that is a line, or at least a level, that has held us up during the worst of times, but that is also a resistance level that can hold us back in the best of times. All right, so then you have a significant resistance level just above us at 3.3 and 3.2. I think we have a pretty good chance to break above that, okay? When we're talking about November, when we're talking about December, and when you talk about the narrative we have right now and the momentum we see right now, I think we have a pretty good chance to break above that. But now, given the bearish divergence and given the imbalances we have to the downside as well, because Near has a huge amount of imbalances to the downside, I would say that it is likely to expect resistance here and likely to expect a pullback. If we zoom in a little bit more, what that looks like to me is we will probably shoot over the yearly rolling VWAP, right? I mean, if you have momentum like this, we rarely, find resistance at exactly the level. So I think we're going to shoot up higher, potentially into 3.5 or something. But from there, I do think we're going to pull back, at least into this area where we have some strong support at 2.7 and 2.6. And then there, it very much depends on, first of all, the markets, and second of all, what type of reaction we get there. I would assume, given the momentum that we see right now in the market circumstances, for example, I think Bitcoin has found a local bottom as well. I would assume that afterwards we will be able to break out. I mean, the thing is, with Near, so I do expect resistance short term. I expect us to pull back lower into 2.7, 2.6, and then from there I'll make a new update and I'll tell you, okay, the support was strong enough or the support was weak. If the support is weak, this might also just be a touch of the top of the range, and we're going to pull back. But the thing is that when you zoom out again here to summarize, and you see a chart like this. Okay, so this is a consolidation we've been in since March 2025. And then you see the highest momentum we've had since December 2023. Look at what happened after December 2023. You see that? There's a fundamental reason for Near to be strong here as well. And there's reason to believe that Bitcoin has formed a local bottom. Look, first of all, again, will you short that? No. And second of all, even though I expect a pullback here short term, I think we have a very good chance to break out and rally up higher into $4 later. But those are my thoughts. That is what I think you need to know for now. If you do have any questions, anything, let me know in the Telegram or the Discord group if you want to. But for now, that's it. So thank you for watching. Take care and bye.